Hey folks, I know it's February 2nd, and four new messages from Mick Noel. Um, I'll have to take a look at this. Wow. Anyway, it's 100% charged. This, I love laughing at myself. 6:32 a.m. Tuesday, February 2nd. 6:32. Two's understanding, three for the people, and six is intuition, understanding for the people through use of their metaphysical abilities. That's what's happening. Y'all are becoming a little stronger, but y'all, those of you that want to, are becoming more awake, more aware. And remember, you never fully awaken until the body's dead and you're out of it and you're yourself again. Then you go through a small transition time and then you're okay, you know? Um, what did Sylvia Brown used to say? That when you die, the people they get out of the body and you don't see them. You'll see them just for a little bit, but they got to go in a healing chamber where they heal from all the abuse they have in the body. Actually, of being in the body. Actually, not that she never said abuse, but from things she had to go through in life. But whatever. Um, the reality of it is, when you come out of your body, you're free, and your energy starts coming out and going everywhere. It starts settling down a little bit. Um, my younger sister was really cool. She and I got along. The rest of the family was just nightmare for both of us. Imagine that, huh? So when she passed, she literally rang my phone or looked at the phone. It hadn't rung. She literally put those frequencies in my ears so I could hear my particular phone ringing. Um, so coming out of the body, we relax, and then we start to slowly reassemble ourselves. And then once we do kind of put ourselves together, then we start. It's a soft, evolving process where we start coming together and changing a little bit and settling down. When that happens, we need to be left alone. That's why sometimes when someone comes out of the body, they might even hang out with you for a week, but they can't do it long because they have to finish putting themselves together. So, um, that's that. Uh, that's what happens when you come out of a body. That's why they can say hi on the way out, and then that's why for a little while after that, they just kind of disappear. And then every once in a while, they will come back. But, um, people say, well, they would come back and stay with you all the time. But like Sylvia Brown used to say, they have jobs. There's a temple. Some are gardeners. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's no bodies. There's no garden. Um, they can, as free spirit, we learn. We go around uh, seeing things, doing things, watching other people. Um, what do some people call that? Ghost, when they come hang out a little bit. Um, we're not so we see things in other star systems. We get together and communicate with each other by putting our energy fields together and just swapping knowledge, um, swapping understandings, enjoy each other's wisdom, enjoy each other's company. Don't forget love. Okay, it's really cool. Um, but they we don't really care that much. I say they because they're out of a body. I make it them, but it's us out of body. We really don't care that much anymore about having the life. We just got out of one. We don't want to spend the rest of our, time looking at them. Okay, but when there are others we really care about, we want to go inside. You know, come down into this dimension, inside the third dimension again, and say hi. Okay, um, and we do love each other. A lot of us do love each other. Okay, we care. It's a wonderful thing. It'll empower you to do things you never thought possible, and it can also hurt like hell. And we all know that. Those of us that care understand. Those that don't understand don't care. That's not part of them. Um, which doesn't mean they're vicious and malicious, but they're more likely to be that way. That's all. Uh, okay, well, that's enough about the dying stuff. In this morning's coffee talk, I saw something starting to happen. Um, in my mind, I'm floating with my energy. I'm out everywhere, floating around. Um, as I'm waiting to leave, go home. Um, more me comes out, but I'm also kind of coming together outside. It's weird. That's why my energy's changed. That's why on these crank ups, it's different. It's stronger. It's softer, but it's stronger. Um, the websites. I got to put the websites together. That's not what I'm going to talk about the U.S. Navy here in a minute, and UFOs, supposedly unidentified flying objects. Wow, starships. Hello. Anyway, I'm going to get with Deanna and ask her to help me to do some stuff to get the websites up to par, folks. Everything I was doing was to take care of y'all as much as I could, but I had to save this house. Okay. Um, Dealt with a lot of lawyers in and out of this. And now there's other ones I'm looking at. I'll pick one soon where I go after my sister. She's a millionaire now, and she was trying to screw me and animals out of a house to try and save herself about 40 grand. Is that funny or what, huh? That's sick. Anyway, so the U.S. Navy, they're actually starting to put devices, sensors. That's all they are, is sensors. They put them on whales. They're starting to put them on whales in a way that they won't be seen. They're actually camouflaged. They do not want them to be seen by the naked human eyes. That would make and create quite an uproar. Good, let's start one. um, that's sad. I'm seeing a whale. I think it's a humpback with a sensor on it, and it's dead. It's washed up on the shore or something. The sensor goes out. The Navy's aware of it. They don't worry about it because they have so many out there. And then the whale dies and gets washed up on shore. The sensor doesn't kill it, but the people that find it won't know that. And so wow, my heart's going crazy. And someone's going to trace it right back to some lab, U.S. labs, U.S. lab that built it. Military contract. That's interesting. They're already out there doing it. So having said that, they can't recall them. Here's where things really start getting crazy. See, the reason why the U.S. Government through the Navy, and it's actually the NSA, which is really not USA government. They control the government, or the ones that they work for control the government. They are the real government. Tells this government what to do. They control them through money and stuff, and that threat of death. Anyway, they're trying to keep an eye on what's going on because now the big power players that run this planet are in trouble. The U.S. government wants to be on top of it. That's why the SEALs are so excited. Their adrenaline's pumping so hard. They when you're, I am ex-military. I've never been in a war. Okay, um, the I understand the power of adrenaline. I mean, I do now, but I mean, I was taught that. Um, uh, People are so afraid of fear. Fear is a process of the body that produces adrenaline to increase your ability to protect yourself and do things. And if you utilize it properly, it's a hell of a tool. And that's where these guys are right now. They're really excited. They're happy about it. Now we're finally going to get what we need to get rid of these guys that are telling us what to do. And they're big on that. This is like saving the world kind of thing, okay? Let me tell you something. A military trained, military uh, black ops soldier, they're very intense in what they do. It doesn't mean they don't have good heart. But things shouldn't be the way that they are. Let's just stop that there. But anyway, that's why they're so excited about it. They want all these devices are for is to listen. It's just to listen to what's going on, to sense everything they can, and these are high tech. Okay. They want to see what's going on everywhere in the oceans. Wherever the whales go, they go. They're just collecting data. Because activity on this planet's already increased a little bit. It's going to be sharp, strong soon. Because of those other folks getting here that I mentioned earlier. The gloves are off in the universe. I had talked about might as well try and do the eyes. Try to redo most of what was in the video. The eyes of the earth, of the universe, are upon us because they are on us because they are. This big slave ship that I saw coming in that had prisoners. It's a prison ship, I guess. It had prisoners in it, slaves, and this other new being that's here. I hear you, Herky. I love you, buddy. I'll be as quick as possible, okay? He's just moving around a little bit, but the message coming from him is not to take too long on this. Anyway, I had seen some beings come here a while ago, a month ago, I don't know, and they were coming from South Carolina down to Georgia. It's almost like following the highway. Of course, they're in this small ship, blah, and they were coming down to meet with some U.S. officials. It's in Georgia, in the woods, northeast Georgia, and they wanted to show that they're not afraid of anything, that they can go in and out of the blue spheres. Well, they can. Blue spheres, they can see them, barely see them, and shoot at them. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt them. This race, I mentioned a bit about him with Ta'ir and Naag when they were telling me a little bit about him. And Ta'ir has some problems there. This race, they're technologically superior in many little areas because they literally go out and buy, sometimes steal, lots of times swap, barter information. They've gone to some very powerful races that needed medical help on the whole planet, and they gave them the medical help, and they received weapons technology. It was a swap. Well, even more important than the weapons technology is the it's like scientific information, moving in, and they can slip in and out of barriers, the dimensional barriers when they go through. It's pretty high tech stuff. Okay, when I say high tech, I'm talking about universe wide. I'm not talking about for us. For us, everything's high tech. It's like they're using computers, and we're about to see our first typewriter. Okay. Um, so what had happened? It was over 100 centuries ago. They're just over 100 centuries ago. Their time. Their planet's a little bigger than ours. Um, they had a problem with a star coming in too close to the planet. It was obvious that they had trouble coming. The Antids, um, the Antids helped them with all the scientific knowledge they could, but they also understood um, their desperation, but they also understood a certain group of them were more than happy to get over aggressive about taking whatever knowledge they felt was necessary, and that's not a cool thing. And it wasn't the whole race; but it was a large group of them. So they got the technology they needed to protect the planet for the most part. Some of them for leaving, and that literally put a group of them into space. These folks out there that I'm talking about right now, the folks flying around space, a lot of them got some issues, folks. That's some of the ones that are here, and they literally gave the U.S. some weapons that bust right through the barriers that the Anunnaki have down here. They're actually they're being here. This new, I call them new power alien power players, whatever. They're being here. That's actually hurt the Civil War that I got in the middle of. Because now the Anunnaki that are here on the planet literally have to come together a little bit, or you see some of their arguing to deal with the government down here. And what these new aliens wanted out of this, they look their energy and everything. Some of the body style, it's like Serpoian, but it's more reptilian as far as its harder aggressive capacity, whatever. It's frequencies I'm trying to describe here, okay? But it's almost like it's like a reptilian salamander. Okay, I don't know how the heck to say this. And then a Serpoian, a gray. You put all three of those together, and that's what it looks like. Colors, kind of more neutral colors, light tan, sand, that kind of stuff. Um, so what they want in return is for all these prisoners here from all over the world, from all over the universe, all the different worlds. They have knowledge. They can actually extract it out of the brain. Some of the equipment they've got, it's not too good on the people that it works that they do that for. So they can use that as a threat. So they said, we'll take the information from them, and then we'll give you these weapons. So the U.S. government says, we're buddies. Want to sign a couple treaties? We're good with those. We sign them all day long. They don't mean crap, but we sign them. Ask any of my beautiful red brothers here. Um, anyway, sorry. The red race means a lot to me. Most of y'all know that anyway. Um, Lily's driver and mine fathered him 5 times on this planet. Anyway, I should have said mothered him. Anyway, so the intention of these beings here is literally to beam the prisoners up, put them on that huge ship, and take off with them. And then take their time, be very thorough, and get every last bit of information they can out of them. They use this information to attack others, to take what they want. These folks have issues. Now, there are some there that are kind of cool, but the ones running it, the top third, big problem. They're going to be dealt with. However, because they're here and they're here to attack everyone, and their equipment is good, the civil war between the Anunnaki, inside the Anunnaki regime itself, plus even part of the resistance, they have to start turning their eyes towards these other idiots. Why? Because they're going to steal these new idiots coming in. They literally want to steal all the prisoners. All right, now your federation that's over here, this Space Federation, what I call the CII, they're Central Intelligence Idiots. They literally know about this. They knew about it before it happened. They helped set it up. Okay, they have enough technology now where they can see these folks moving in and out, but they can't even get a real clear image. They can't stop them. So what did that do? That put everything in just in an uproar. I've talked. It was a day's week, folks. You know, I don't know. A little while ago about the other. Some of the other planets started forming their own little councils because it's like it's time for this crap on Earth to stop. The big 2012 thing didn't happen. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. There's more stuff to it than that. I'm not going to say it, but anyway. So they started forming their own councils within, separate secret groups, whatever, inside the Federation. Folks, this is all good. This is all good, okay? But like-minded groups, similar thinking groups of planets came together with their own little agenda on what they feel they need to do about this. Remember, this Federation of Planets, folks, how many planets are in it? Blah, sorry, I can't tell you. Okay? Okay, over 100,000. But how many planets have life on them? Trillions? Let's just say it's 2 trillion plus. Leave it right there. Exact number, don't know, don't care. Not going there. That's not important. Do you know how many facts there are in the physical existence? Hello. And gee, I don't have a problem keeping my mind on track, do I? So anyway, so they got involved. It's like I told Paul, I was talking to Paul, I said, Paul, look around outside in space, and what do you see? He goes, damn, warships. You know, and stuff come, and there's other ships, and there's people are there's a fight getting ready to happen, and there's stuff going in the Pacific, so then I told him, what I saw real quick without asking him to go look. We don't have all day for this stuff, and then he got a kick out of it. There's already been some small firefights, but they're out in space. As these big groups start coming here, they run into some butt heads. Sometimes they'll shoot at them, or they just go ahead and, see the problem and they go after it. All these beings here from other planets that have been prisoners, they come from these different planets. They want their people back. Good. They should. That's compassion, that's honor, that's incredible. So they're pissed. Yeah, I'm not. They're pissed. They're coming to get them. This is happening a little different than I was seeing it happen because I'm not home yet. Aaron's not free to do what he's going to do. I talked about shaking the earth. It's still going to happen. Folks, there are bases and compounds underneath the ocean that need to not be there in one piece. They need to be destroyed. This planet, its people, is not ready for these places. And as the Anunnaki are forced to leave and everything else, they're going to be put out in the open, and these bases will be destroyed. I promise you that. I don't like making promises. I promise you that that's going to happen. It has to be earthquakes. So, in the meantime, all of a sudden, all this attention is here. You have a lot of warships coming here. They want their people back. Good. So that's making this a cooker. The Earth is like a pressure cooker. There's stuff that's going to happen. You're going to see it. It's going to happen with less danger to the other people. The other thing's still going to happen later, like I said. But, folks, you're going to see some stuff. There will be firefights. I don't mean all day long all over the place. You're going to see some. And most of it is going to be over the oceans. So a lot of stuff you're going to find. I shouldn't say this for all those ridiculous, pathetic photoshoppers that make up lies and throw them all over the place. Look at this. This is a rhinoceros eating the Empire State Building. This is real. Wow. Kids, take off your diapers. Change them, will you? You're full of it. Gee, did I just say that? This is such a thing. This issue, this event, this series of events this happening, is of such magnitude that there's literally supply ships coming from other planets. Supply ships. So these people aren't just gearing up for war. They're gearing up to stay. Okay, for a long time. Something else I mentioned in the other video, I was seeing some folks coming here that are botanists. I'm like, what the hell's that about? There's people that are coming here to help folks. They're coming here to return some of the stuff that they've taken from the planet a long time ago and some of their own stuff, but plants that are used to growing in the soil with viable seeds. Monsanto's. There you go, buddy. Everyone that works for Monsanto's, that's in the top 2/3, is a criminal. You will be punished like you have no idea. Those that are abusers will be abused, and then they'll disappear. That's enough. So anyway, we've all seen more activity in the sky. Some of our friends come in and they actually make a big scene, and people with all these little cell phones everywhere, taking pictures of it, the video pictures, as everything's moving through the air, through space. You see these beautiful displays and everything else. You think that's not for a reason? That's a soft way for them, our friends out in space, to say, hey, look, we're here. Every once in a while you get the U.S. government doing that, or the other different governments, Russia and the rest of them, but they prefer to hide most of it. Like the CIA files they just released about UFOs, I looked at that and I said, you're kidding me, right? You're so pathetic, disgusting. How do you have any honor in a group, an organization, a group of people that lies, kills, tortures? It goes on and on. There is none. We do it to protect our country. No, you have an agenda. All of you do. You'll lose that agenda soon. But you're going to lose a lot more. Let's see if I can't get all you stupid ninnies follow me around again for a while. That's a lot of fun. I know y'all just use satellite, but it's nice when I meet you. That guy in the Starbucks cafe at Barnes & Noble, that was... I think it was early, yeah, it was like late spring, early summer last year. Guy was really cool. Went out of his way to sit near me and two other Source family members that came up from Florida. a man and a woman, and the lady said, "Jay, this guy that just sat over here." I said, "Yeah." I said, "He's cool." I said, "He's CIA. He just want they just want to know what's going on. That's all." And then they started talking about, yeah, this got a little blonde haired kid. um, anyway, but after saying enough, especially that he's from the CIA and all, he got up and left. And then, like he closed his laptop and everything, and just took off. The whole Starbucks was open. The fake Starbucks, coffee shop they have in there. A place for everyone to sit, read the books and stuff. It's a nice thing to have. It's not real Starbucks coffee. I mean, it's from Starbucks, but it's not the same. Anyway, so there was like all these tables. I don't know, 16 tables, something like that. Only two of them had other people in it, and then we were sitting at another table, and he sat right in the table right next to us. The guy's really cool, though. His little blonde-haired boy with the blue eyes and everything, and his wife, very sweet, trying to keep tabs on things. A little boy that young too. That's she has her hands had her hands full, or still does. But I was telling him about his son, his wife, and everything, and they just kind of look at you, and I went his head and said, "Hey man, love you. Take care." And because he left, and then he put his laptop somewhere, I guess, and then he comes back in, and he's just kind of walking through the halls. I mean, walking through the those aisles of books, and he's like this, and I'm like, it's so funny. Anyway, sorry folks, I'm trying to enjoy myself a little bit and have a laugh with you. Y'all are really strong. One of the biggest things, evolving your body, okay? Meditation, okay? Just relaxing and flowing inside yourself. I don't like the word meditation, but it's flowing inside yourself. Think of it as what we call meditation. Excuse me. Making yourself as strong as possible, relaxing to flow inside yourself, like meditation, whatever. Relaxing, and then 3, trusting yourself. That's important. And then 4, talk with other like-minded people, please. Okay? And then 5, stay engaged. Learn about the power of stones, their frequencies that here to help you. They make you stronger. Power Stones video. Oh, yeah. Metaphysical warfare techniques. Yeah, that's about cranking your body up and really firing up all your chakras and stuff, but that's mainly for power. That's increasing your abilities. And this star SNI, folks, is strong. Okay? Runes. Talking with your spirit guides. You have to open up communication with animals, your animal spirit guides, the human spirit guides. Get this stuff done, folks. Become aware of who you are inside. Start becoming yourself. Why the hell not? Okay? I'm simple. Understanding energy frequencies and their auras. Hello, simple stuff, right? Don't mind me, I'm having fun. Understanding stone energies. This was the original Power Stones video, okay? I talk about a whole lot of different stones, and then this is Power Stones. This is really good, okay, for you to understand what different stones and what combinations of stones work on all your chakras coming up. Up and down, up and down, up and down. How to help you with your energy. I didn't make these things to make money. I made them to give you information. They just have to support themselves. You look at the price of what they used to cost, and it's $100 for all 5 of them now. Okay, that's cheap. And something I was saying about orders before, and I stopped. I think that was in Coffee Talk. For me to do an order and send it out, I have no time. Of course, I have to produce money. So how do you handle that? I do consultations, take care of the animals, blah blah blah. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff I do. Plus, I go out and meet people. Sometimes I need to be somewhere. Um, I got to go back out to. I said yesterday I'd be at um, Steak and the not Steak and Ale, Red Lobster, and I was. And then tonight I'm gonna do it again. Even though the video didn't come out that said that, it doesn't matter. As I'm talking right now, it's all being recorded. So they can pick it up through the camera, pick it up through a keyboard. If I type on the keyboard, getting ready to send some email out before, as I'm typing it, that they're seeing it in their ships. That, they have it all right there. It's easier to do it that way than actually listen in, but they can do that too. But believe it or not, the tar on roofing actually messes them up a little bit, kind of blurs up the image. Takes away that high definition look. It makes it a little fuzzy. Whatever. There's some up there right now. They're disagreeing with me, and I'm like, whatever. Shut up. Back on track. The more you become aware, folks, the more you're going to see the stuff for yourself. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. All beings in all dimensions must become aware of each other's existence. It must. If not, how can all creation be equal? How can everybody sit down at the same table? I don't tell you everything behind everything I do, but I'm honest about everything I do tell you about what I'm doing. And I'll tell you what else I'll tell you. How about that? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you what else. It's not about me. Folks, this is the only way we can all come together as an aware, awakened creation living together. When you know why you're in a body having a life, because you hear it from others that are already awake, but as you're growing, you actually see it for yourself. That is as close to full disclosure as you can have without giving away your privacy. And what else do you need? Just knowing. When you go into a body and have a life, you're going to know that you're in a body having a life for a reason. And you're going to understand more about why. You're going to be able to talk with all your guides. You're going to see them and talk to them. People who see you talking with them too, talk to them also. Have conversations. Wow, what a concept. And those people who really don't want to do that, there's not going to be many of them having lives. Everyone's gotten big enough. Sorry. Plugs getting pulled on a lot of stuff because it's been hurtful. It's messed with you and it's messed with creation. That much is going to be controlled. There are some people out there that are having easier lives. They needed it. They've been through hell. Some of them have just been really good servants through the original first being male and female, which also means they've been put through hell and putting others through hell. Don't think because you see someone with money or a nice car that their life is wonderful, because it's not. There's different levels of frustration and everything else in everyone's life. A lot of people want to talk about how great things are, and you go home to their house, you find out they're not. I don't mean by the way the house is. I mean you live with them for a few days and you find out what's going on in their life. Different things that hurt them and bother them that they don't ever talk about. So, see, there's something else too. I was talking with Berjou a day or two ago. Sorry, I'm not more accurate on that, but heck, call her and ask her. Um, anyway, about a uh, some earthquake or something that was going on somewhere. Oh yeah, around the D.C. area, and it was actually our resistance attacking a stronghold, Anunnaki stronghold that's underneath Washington D.C. area, and Washington D.C., Virginia, New Jersey, it's all spread out on the ground. It's like big tubes that go down, huge tubes that go down. You can take huge ships on them. I mean, uh, um, huge fleets of what you call it, semis and stuff on there. You know, tractor trailer, everything. Put them down there, um, and then it goes out this way. You know, from the sides, in a circular, different levels. That's how the places of the underground. They call them underground cities, folks. It's not a city. I guess you can call it that. I don't know. It just whatever, whatever you want to call it. I just don't like calling it a city. Um, it's not a place where people can just walk around. And to me, that's a city. Anyway, there was some action going on down there. Some small nukes. Berju told me that she was looking at stuff down there. That she was looking at stuff that was going on down there. And that she had heard that there were earthquakes. Well, it was Ender, her husband, that said that. Ender's really cool. He's in a situation too. They come from a strong Muslim upbringing, so all this stuff is against that. Anything that gives you freedom, religions don't like that. None of the religions. I'm not picking on one of them, any one of them. I'm picking on all of them. Okay, it's not even picking them. I'm just picking on them. I'm just explaining what they are. Okay, it's like I said. What Brigitte does, she has a very nice way of laying the information out on for you on a nice silver platter, and then you take what you want. Me, I throw it right in your face. Here it is, boom. I'm not here to be Danny. I'm not here to be anything other than me. Do my job and go home and go to work there. Okay. Just at the subway, waiting for the stupid thing to take off. So. And then in a video, which that's the one that got all messed up, and that was part of the guy in Energy, Lily's driver, that did that. Um, it's gone. Anyway, so I told her, I said on the video that Ender had saw that and told Burju. And when I talked with Berju, because I said, take a look at the video, I said I mentioned Ender, but he won't mind it. It's okay, but I want her to know. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I know is right, and nothing can. I don't care who says what. I'm going to do what I know is right. Okay? Sorry. That's the way it is. Not sorry. Anyway, so Brigitte started laughing. She goes, I never told you. It was Ender that told me about the earthquakes. I said, didn't you? So she said, no. I said, okay, whatever. The more you awaken, the more you become yourself, the more things like that are just natural. You see, know, feel, do things. That's who you need to be. That's who you are. Just think of me as a very loud, sometimes too loud, alarm clock. Wakey wakey. But what's going on with that is Ender, I think, yeah, Ender had actually seen some stuff going on about earthquakes underneath there. But there's people in that, and what's going on with the earthquakes. Then he told Burju. Burju is solar plexus, very strong. She sees really good with a scanner. Okay, knows your pinwheels, everything's fine too. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the power points of very strong energy. That those are her strongest fields. Ender's a very strong seer. Okay, he's really cool. He had a lot of souls bugging the hell out of him in the earlier stages. I was worried about that, and of course, it's been hell. It's been hell for everyone that's part of this actual spiritual evolution to actually deal with all this stuff. and their two children, their son and daughter, their source spirit inside. Very unique family. Andrew's very strong seer, and he's starting to come alive and all this stuff. And when we're raised in a religion that suppresses us, when we come alive, we start doubting ourselves, and excuse me, that's part of waking up anyway. But when you have religion that you're tied up in strong, it makes it a lot harder. So anyway, he's a real strong seer. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. They're going to be talking with a lot of you, and I mean large audiences. Okay, she's in New York. Oh, they're in New York. Excuse me. Um, the Fantastic Four. Berju, Ander, the children, in no particular order. Ander's just starting to really understand his abilities and the depth of them. Okay, so that was the resistance force. Literally, this has happened before. Going down there raising Cain, trying to take out some strong points, mostly data centers, relocation for them to get on and off planet. I'm looking at a transport device, and I'm just seeing where they took out a console that runs it, and there's a data network. More of the Anunnaki here, and those involved with them are more concerned. They can see the writing on the wall. They want to leave, get away. Things are falling apart. The regime is falling apart on this planet that's keeping it together, but there's some serious issues out there. This will be controlled so that it's not crazy stupid by literally by Lily and our energy on the other side, plus these elders and there's others. Okay? There's still some folk on the other side, and now that the crazies are taken out for the vast majority of them, they're starting to come out. It's safe for them to come out now. Slowly they're coming out, and they'll be helping everything on the other side. But the neat thing is, this is all going to happen with a whole lot less death and destruction and abuse than it was originally intended to, by the original first being male and female. And of course, they wanted it to be about them, but it's not about them. It's like I told them when I met them. It's family time. We have a beautiful family. That's all, y'all. Yep, smacking some rocks. Trying to think of what else I said in that other video that was so screwed up. I guess you can get bits and pieces there. I'll leave that there. But in summary, there's this huge prison ship. It's here. It's this is something else I mentioned. It's in and out of up to 2 to 3 different dimensions, like 2.5 to 3.5 dimensions. It's in and out of them at one time. This is weird. Looking at it, and as I see this, the first thing I know is this needs to be stopped, and it will be. That does not hurt the barriers. It will not be allowed to happen. And the way that happens is not by going up to a civilization and trying to take out, eradicate knowledge that they have. It's to change the barriers. And it'll be done in such a way that when they try to use that technology against that, yeah, some bad things happen. As they engage the technology, it'll tear apart the ship. Um, it just needs to happen where it's done softly, so a lot of people don't get killed. Folks, things are going to change. They will not be allowed to stay the way they are. They're already not, but things just need to finish settling. Um, I bought a new computer a while ago. I've got to fire that thing up now. I need it. First, the packages. I still got to dig through some of the stones here to get everything out. That was most of the gist of what I was wanting to get out this morning. But I started to summarize. That's what I left out. I was starting to summarize things. You have the Anunnaki regime on the planet that's running things. They're having their own civil war going on. There's a resistance force that's here dealing with them, trying to get all their people free that are prisoners on this planet and have been for some of them hundreds of thousands of years. Okay? This is disgusting. This is wrong. This is finally being fixed. At the same time, there's this new group that comes into the U.S. government, comes here. They have all kinds of crazy technology. And they're literally already gave the U.S. government new weapons that can cut through barriers that the Anunnaki have here to protect their stuff and everything. All right, they have technology now that are the friends in the Federation in space that they don't have. So this little Central Intelligence idiots, the CIA up there, the Federation, they're scrambling. Okay, they're already involved in getting what they need to. So that puts them back in their heels instead of leaning forward, being so aggressive. Now they're like, whoa. So they're taking care of their stuff, getting ready for this. All the other councils, these other different councils that have been made of all these different planets coming together that have beings here on this planet that they want them out now. They've already organized themselves. They're coming in here. Warships, transportation ships. You have stuff coming for, and there will be replicators. There's going to be all kinds of good stuff coming. Is this going to happen? What, by September? Hell no. Is this happening right now? Yes. When does it settle down? Wait and see. Okay, the stuff with the botany, that's going to be done with some of the folks that are already here on this planet. The information and stuff is going to be given to them, and then they spread it out to the poplars. They're already here, living here. They're already part of us. Okay. As much of this as possible will be done under the carpet. You know, hands coming through closed doors, whatever way you want to look at it. But it's going to start happening. They're trying to be as unobtrusive to our society. I like to call it civilization, but we're not civil. Not as a group, as a whole. It needs to be as unobtrusive to our way of learning, our growth rate as possible. But our growth rate is going to change. It's going to speed up even more than what it is now, which is good. It needs to. But now there's a great imbalance. This great prisonership that's here. That they're literally, now that the U.S. government has the weapons, the problem is they're really worried about all these other planets. They're worried about their people being sucked out, whatever, transported, beamed onto this huge prisoner ship. And then taken away, and then have the brains drained of all the information they have on them, and sometimes it kills the being or renders them mentally inert. They're not going to be allowed to do that. They're about to have some technical difficulties. Anyway, I did mention some other folks coming here. Oh no, this is neat. Um, this isn't in the other video. Hey Herc, I'm coming, buddy. Last time he did that, I figured it'd be about 40 minutes, 45 minutes I need to go, and sure enough. Um, anyway, these other folks coming here, um, I remember having a life in there. I remember actually having a lot to do on this team that actually finished building these trip chairs. We had like orange bodies and stuff, weird looking heads stuff. Barry Newkirk. He and I were doing some stuff one time and looking at it, and he said, "Man, your head really looked weird." Hell, it looks weird now. And he's a real strong singer. And they're already very involved in this dimensional rift thing, finding these folks. They built these trip chairs a long time ago, and they've been improving stuff. They're the ones that are gonna really they're the ones that can see it. Misuse of some of their technology by another race, a small part of it was taken and worked on and made stronger, and these folks took that technology. Okay, that's that. Simon Parks, why am I looking at you? Huh. Uh, Headaches. London Air Force, whatever they call themselves. I'm just going to say it, assholes that don't even need to be on this planet. They're not reptilian. I mean, they're not the Anunnaki. It's a different group. That's not going to be allowed to happen. Their intention is that he's outlived his usefulness to them. Now, see, folks, that's arrogance. That's disgusting, pathetic arrogance for beings to think that they own another's life. Who the hell do they think they are? I'm coming, Herc. He's hungry. He didn't make any noise. He's just hungry in his head. It's late and he was sleeping, so I didn't give him his snack and glucosamine with MSM yet. Huh. But the guy that used to run Simon Parks, I mean, he's dead. His head was blown up. Imagine that, huh? But they can't do much. They really can't control him like they used to. It's not worth the effort. And they don't want him to remember. Simon Parks is a seer, strong seer, pineal. Well, that's weird. Got healing energy going on in him right now, kind of a dark green. He's got light green, which is his normal, excuse me. That's like a normal energy coming out of his heart. He's got such a nice heart. You can feel better hanging around him because of the energy he has coming out. You can see it in his face. I just see things different. But he's got dark green in his head where he's trying to heal. Wow. Yeah, they want to hurt him. That's a London group. Oh yeah. One the last thing before I get out of here and go to the Simon issue. I've had a lot of people coming in, calling in, saying that the chemtrails, like especially over New York, and you're going to see the same thing in London. Folks, this is places they usually have a lot. It's more than it's ever been before in a lot of these places. They are literally pounding this crap in the sky because it makes it harder for anyone to beam down in here. Creation itself, folks, is totally been stopped, twisted, and is turning around to go the correct direction. That causes a lot of waves. And there will be a lot of waves. All right, folks. Love you all. I need to take care of her. I can do something real quick. In London, y'all have a kick butt day. A lot of you are waking up more and more every day. Folks, do whatever you feel is right for yourself to get stronger, please. This is important. It's important to you personally, and it's important to you as a family. The new leaders of the third dimension, I don't mean controllers, I mean leaders, leading by proper example. Y'all are getting ready to come out. And you're going to have a lot of help. A lot. The more you apply yourself, the more you put into it, as long as it's not selfish, the stronger you're going to get. Now, there's a ceiling for everything, okay? But you know what? As your power level finally gets to its ceiling, your knowledge, your wisdom on how to use that continues to grow. So you can get more out of what you have. But y'all don't know your limits. They're pretty high. It's time. Love y'all, man. Have a good one.